Hi everybody, my name is Cindy McGuire and I have gotten a lot of requests to start my own YouTube channel to show my makeup skills off, to show people how to be able to do certain things that they wonder how I do them. And so today we're first going to start off with some moisturizer. I really like to use the Neutrogena Hydro Boost gel cream, and it's pretty much my favorite if you have really dry skin. They have a night cream mask that you wear overnight, and it's kind of hard because it's kind of like gel-like, but I just put this all over my face evenly, just spread it out, and just pretty much get it anywhere that you're super dry, because once this dries and you put your makeup over it, it helps a lot to make it not look as cakey and like scaly on certain places. I get like that on my nose a lot. But yeah, so I use that, and then after that I use the Pond's Nourishing Lotion. It's really good also. I just apply that right on after my Neutrogena Gel Boost, all over in the same spot. And then after that, I just kind of let that sit and dry for a minute. So I'm going to kind of explain what I'm going to be doing. So today I'm going to be doing kind of a pink glittery cut crease type of look. I get a lot of results on it, and people always compliment me a lot and ask how I do it. So I thought I might as well just make a video finally and explain how I do that. And the next step I use is the Clinique moisturizing lotion. I just have the travel size right now because it is kind of expensive, I think starting off at $28. But this travel size has lasted me a few months, and a little bit goes a long way. So I just put that mainly on my chin, around my nose, and around my forehead, like where my eyebrows are, and like on my eyelids. So after that, I go ahead and just kind of let it sit for a second. It doesn't take that long to dry, but you don't want to start your makeup off with a wet, like kind of oily face, because it will make your makeup not set right. So then I start off with the MAC Prep and Prime. It is probably one of my most favorites. I have the coconut scented one, and it looks like this. And I like it a lot, but most people don't like it because it doesn't set. They think it doesn't go all over their face, but you just kind of have to do it until you feel that you have the right amounts on. And after that, I just let that sit, kind of air it away to where it can dry. And just by doing that, it's already dry. And I go a little bit overboard. I also use the Too Faced Hangover 3-in-1. It's prime, set, and refresh, so you can use it before you do your makeup, after, and then just pretty much anytime you want. Put that on evenly. And this one doesn't smell, it smells like coconut as well, so it's like not a nasty kind of gross smell. Also, I forgot to mention, for the Prep and Prime, you can use this for your eyeshadow, and it makes it a lot more pigmented. And like if you're wanting a sparkly color that's more dull, when you just put it on your brush, if you use that, it makes it more like pop out and stand out. So after that, I'm going to use this Skin Equalizer Step 1. It's pretty much for matte, like just so that you can matte your skin, like so that you can matte just parts of your skin. So I kind of just put these on my my pimples or any blemishes that I want to not show whenever I put my foundation over this, because if you don't really put anything over them, then you're going to be able to see them. I'm going to do my eyebrows, and I use the Anastasia Beverly Hills Dip Brow, and this is what it looks like. It's very good. I use the chocolate color. So with this, all I do is I take a brush and I just do this so that I make sure my brows are like the shape that I want them. And then I'm going to take my brush that I used for my eyebrows. I'm just going to dip it in like this. Just get a little bit in there. Fill them in. I just kind of make strokes. And I actually just got my brows done, so I'm like really excited to do them, to see how they're gonna turn out. I'm really strict of where I go to get my eyebrows done. Let's just say that. But I would recommend the beauty brand in Liberty. It's probably my favorite. I've went there for about 2 years getting my brows done, and not once has anybody ever messed them up. So yeah, that's probably my favorite place to go. I went to this nail place once and they completely just trashed them. And nothing is worse than trashing your eyebrows and not knowing what to do the next day. So after you have your brows filled in, you're going to take a concealer of your choice. Doesn't really matter. Try not to do a thick one because then it makes it look cakey around your eyebrows and nobody wants cakey brows. I use the NYX HD Studio Photogenic concealer. I'm actually almost out of it, so hopefully I still have enough. But all you do is just fill this under your brows like that. And then after you have all of it surrounded with your concealer, you're going to go in with a tiny brush and just shape them with the concealer so that they kind of stand out and they look more clean, as I would say. So this is the brush I'm using. They're nothing special. I think I got them for Christmas one year, so I'm not quite sure where where they're from. But anyways, you're just gonna take this and outline your brow. And if you don't have enough concealer, like that you've put on there, just put some on your hand, and you can just kind of use some off of that. Sorry, I keep sniffing. I have allergies, and it's just not going well today. I'm done filling out my eyebrows. I'm done filling them in. I use the NYX concealer that is right here. Sorry if it's not focused. I will definitely put this link in the bottom of where you can buy this. And then I also use the Anastasia Beverly Hills concealer. This color is not sure, but it works really well. A little bit goes a very, very long way. If you use way too much, it might be a little bit cakey, so if you're not for that, then I wouldn't use it. So now that we're done with this, we're going to take a blending brush, and all you have to do is just blend your concealer out so that it looks more of like a natural color. Now I'm just going to continue blending my eyebrows. You can actually blend with whatever brush you feel most comfortable with, but I would do one that can blend it without completely just taking away the look. So now what I'm going to do is put my primer for my eyeshadow on my eyelids. It's called Ruby Kisses. It's in this little fun little packaging bottle. I'm almost out of it as well, but all it takes is just a couple dots on your eyelids and it just goes a long way. It works really well. You don't get creasy eyeshadow throughout the day. It stays completely like how you did it in the morning time. So I'd say it lasts about 8 hours or maybe even longer. So then after that, I just take a beauty blender, any type, and I kind of just blend that onto my eyelid like so. So now, after that, I have to decide what palette I want to use. And for me, I'm going to be looking at one of my favorite eyeshadow palettes of all time. It's called Too Faced Chocolate Bonbon Palette. It's really good. It has the most amazing smell, and it really does taste like chocolate. But you'll have to try for yourself if you don't believe me. So then all I'm going to do is take a brush that is more bigger and has more room for like more whatever I'm trying to say, eyeshadow. And I'm going to take the Totally Fetch color right here. And I'm just going to dab my brush onto it, blow off the excess, then tap onto my lid. Not all over, just tapping it. And same for the other. And you're just going to keep dabbing that on there until you get the right amount of pink, like, color that you want. If you want it more dark, then I'd say keep tapping until you get a really pink color. But after that, you're just going to blend around your eyelid so that you can get the more blended effect. And you want to keep wiping your brush off throughout this so that you don't have too much pink excess on it to where it just kind of looks like a pink overload, because that would not be good. Okay. This is kind of the perfect thing since Valentine's Day is coming up. Really good tutorial. Okay. So now, once you get it to the right amount of pink color you want and you have it blended all throughout, it doesn't matter if it gets onto the sides or anything, because we will be fixing that later on when we put concealer under our eyes and stuff like that. So it doesn't really matter if it's kind of all over the place, as long as you get it looking how you want it. Okay, so I think I'm about good with my pink. I like more pink. I'm a really pink girl. Like, that's literally my favorite color. So I think that's good for now. Okay, so once you have the pink all blended out on both eyes for how you want it, I'm going to go in with my favorite NYX glitter. Probably one of my most favorite glitters. It's really easy to apply, especially when you have the NYX glitter primer. You put this on before the glitter so that it can actually stick and it's not just going to fall. It will fall a little bit at first. I'm just going to squeeze a little bit on my hand here. And then I'm just going to, hold on, then I'm just going to apply it like this on my lid, all over it. If it gets in your lashes, don't worry, because we can fix that later once we put our lashes on. So anyways, you put this all over the lid. I'm going to do one eye at a time so it doesn't get, so it doesn't dry. So you just open it. And then you just kind of dab the glitter on the lid how you're wanting it. Sorry, I keep kicking my chair. That's what that sound is. Okay, so I have one eye done. And then I'm just gonna do the other one really quick and come back and we'll move on. Okay, so now I'm done with putting the glitter on my eyes, and you can decide if you want eyeliner now. I'm going to use the Kat Von D liner, and then as well as the Wet n Wild Mega Liner. And I use the Kat Von D liner just to draw the line out. It has a felt tip, so it's a lot more easier to actually draw the line. And then this is easier to kind of just like fill it in. So what I'm going to do is draw the line. And I'll probably make another YouTube tutorial on how to do winged eyeliner, because I've gotten a lot of requests for that as well. But for now, we'll just do the basic way. So I kind of just draw a line out. And I really just start with one eye first, just so it's easier. And I take a concealer brush, just like the one I use for my brows or whatever you want to use. And I kind of just make it pointed. So it has that really pointy look to it. Then I'm going to draw the top of my liner. Now that I have my wing done, I'm going to take my Wet n Wild liner and I'm just going to draw the line across my lid. Okay, so now I have my eyeliner done on both eyes, and after I make my video on how to do eyeliner, I'll put that in the link below, but until then, this is how you do it. And so after I do my eyeliner, I go ahead and I put concealer all under my eye, and at this point I'm using the Anastasia Beverly Hills one that I used to put under my brows to shape them. And all I'm going to do for this is take a beauty blender and I'm just going to barely dab it into here. And then just putting just a little bit under your eyes is perfect. Not a lot. Just a little bit goes a really, really long way. Now that you have your concealer under your eyes, you're just going to take your blending brush that you use to blend your eyebrows and just kind of use the corners here so that it doesn't look like cakey or anything like that. So you have your concealer under both eyes now, and you are going to move on with the foundation. So for me, I have been using the Fit For Me Dewy Plus Smooth. It was like $7. I've just been trying a lot of different things because my face is so dry during the winter. I was using the Clinique kind, but it wasn't really working for me. It made my face look really dry. So now I've already put on my foundation. All I did was poured a little bit on my hand. I used my beauty blender to just dab it all over my skin and even it out just a little bit. And don't worry about like getting it on your lips or anything. And then I'm going to use the NYX Mineral foundation powder. It's just matte finishing. It's not really colored, so it's not going to make a difference if you use it, but it just kind of mats your face out to where that it's not going to be oily throughout the day, and I definitely need that. So with that being said, you just have a little bit and you're going to take like a big powdery brush and just put it all over your face, under your eyes, chin, cheeks, all of that. Okay, so then after you do that, you're going to need a little bit more. Forehead, make sure you get all over. And then I'm going to put the loose face powder. Pretty much baking powder is what I use it for. Like that's what you use to bake your face, and not actual baking powder. But I just use a beauty blender to apply this under my eyes. Just dab it all in there, and then just put it under your eye so that your under eye will not crease throughout the day. So yes, it looks a little bit funny, but it'll be fine. So after you've done that, then we are going to make sure that everything is just even. Like your neck is the same color as your face, because nobody wants to look orange. Okay, so now we're going to move on to contouring, and for me, I actually don't use a specific contouring palette or anything like that. I actually use this Naked Urban Decay palette. I use the brown in this palette. It works really well for me. Most people probably would be against it, but it just does what I need it to. And you're just gonna put it on your cheekbone like this, blend it upwards into your cheekbone. And if this color is too dark for you, because I use this one as well as this other bronzing powder, but I use this. If this is too dark for you, there is the Too Faced Best Year Ever 2018 palette that I have, and this one right here works really well. It's more of a light cocoa brown than more of a darker like intense brown. So I just use this on both sides. And then I use my bronzing powder. This is Urban Decay, and it has like a more of a sparkly tone to it. And I just go over that with my contouring line, just like that. After I've done that, I'm going to take this brush. It's right here, and I'm just going to go in with, it's super pretty. I love it a lot. It's just what I need to have like the rosy cheek color. Don't worry about touching like the stuff under your eyes. We can get that in a moment. So after you've done that, then you wipe the stuff off under your eyes. It just brushes away very gently. We are going to move on to contouring. So we have to bake the sides of our face so that the contour looks even enough. Gotta make sure it's even. So going in with the same slanted beauty blender, we're just going to do this. Okay. I always go overboard, but that's okay. So after I've done that, I move on to my highlight while that's just baking. While we're waiting, I use multiple highlights. I literally cannot, I have to have highlight all over. I love it. It's my favorite thing. So at the moment, my favorite palette I'm using is the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit. It has lots of different colors. Woo! Stuck my finger in it. It has marshmallow, gumdrop, butterscotch, and starburst. So far, I've been mixing all of them and just applying them to my face because why not? I'm using Prime and Fix on this just a little bit. Then all I do is I just tap. Da 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 da. I actually really like the starburst one. It's pink. So anyways, you just apply it to the side of your face. Both sides. And you have your highlight. Not done yet. So I also really enjoy in the Too Faced palette. It's called #Blessed. It's this one right here. Really amazing color, honestly. Just put it on. And then make sure you get your nose. Never can have enough there. And then with this little tiny little brush, one moment, this little tiny brush, I'm going to take the #Blessed and just put it under my brow. And so after that is officially done. You can add more, it doesn't really matter. I think this should still sit for just a little bit. So while I'm doing that, I'm going to go ahead and do my eyes, my eyelashes. So I absolutely love eyelashes. I don't know what I would do without them. So depending on the type of like person you are, like it just kind of depends on if you want to be more bold or not. But these are the ones I'm going to use. Very luscious. And for eyelash glue, I'm going to use, it's called Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive with aloe vera. My eyes are very sensitive, so depending on what glue it is, it actually helps me a lot. So anyways, this turns a glowy purple when you put it on. So I'm just going to, first I'm going to apply it to the lash. And then as I'm applying it to the lash, it will dry. And then I'm going to apply it to my eyelid too, so it has that extra stick. I'm going to apply it to my lid. And you just kind of do it below your liner, because you don't want your lashes to be like not on your lash line. That would not look natural at all. Even though these are very bold, you still want them to look like they're not glued on. So don't apply that right after. You need to let it sit for at least 10 to 15 seconds. And so while we're doing that, we can take this off. Okay. So we have all of this face done besides our lashes and lips. Can never forget lips. So from there, we're going to take, here we go, we're just going to take the lash. If you want, you can put black eyeliner over your lash, your like base of it, so that you can't really tell where it's like glued or where you like stuck it on at. So I'm just gonna take my liquid liner and put it over your lash. That side needed it a little bit more than this side does, but we'll go with it. So now that's my top lashes. Your bottom lashes, I'm going to be using the Lash Blast Fusion mascara. It's pretty well, but I'm also going to apply this to the lash so that my natural lashes can go in with it. Okay. So now that we have the lashes on, we have our mascara on, we are pretty much all set to now start on our lips. I absolutely love Too Faced. I got this little sample. It's not sure what color it is, but it's melted matte. That's what they call it. So for me, if you put your foundation over your lips, it kind of helps you outline it better, to where if you don't have the biggest lips, you can make them bigger. But for me, all I have to do is start off at the top, and you kind of smile. Make the eyes match the lips a little bit more. I'm going to add this Anastasia Beverly Hills Moon Jelly Lip Gloss. It's very, very sparkly and shiny. I love it. So I'm just going to dab it on there. So it didn't really do much, but I think it goes really well together. That's just me. So I'm going to use the Hangover 3-in-1 to set my face. Use as much as you think is necessary. And then I'm going to use just a little spray of the MAC Fix Plus. Okay. So that is pretty much it. I hope you all enjoyed, and if you have any questions, please put them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them. I hope you guys enjoyed, and also if you are looking for a certain type of tutorial makeup video that you've seen on my Instagram, then just go ahead and put it down in the comments and I'll see if I can make the tutorial for that. Thank you all for watching. Have a good day.